This is International Guy. He's just getting a surcingle on for the first time. He's like the red filly. He hasn't been handled much, and he's been in a herd. He's been let in and out of a stall, but other than that, nobody's imposed anything on them. He was also recently gelded, so we're really, poor guy, we're really doing a lot with him. But he seems pretty sensible. Here's the moment of truth. Now, he seems like he's accepting a surcingle pretty good.
We got another little surprise for you. A little surprise.
You're gonna do? You don't want to just move him first, or just gonna do it all at once? Okay. With a rattlesnake sound.
There you go, buddy. One more. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. You're doing good. You're doing a good job.
His little eyeball is saying, "What's going on?"
Okay. You're free to go.
Here's the whip. Watch it. Don't let him come on you. Look at, he wants to follow you. He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy.
That's a boy.
My goodness, what a smart guy.
That's a good boy.
Incredible. We're waiting for an explosion, and he's pretty casual. There we go. That's more like a normal horse. Better the bags than Eric on him. Don't go through the fence. Now, after that explosion, he might settle down. He's going to live in this all day today. So... But you can see that's, again, a normal reaction. Something bouncing against them. And you think predator, and you think being goosed. And these are older horses, so we need to establish control a lot sooner than with those babies. Now, as soon as he settles down, we'll put him back in his pen. He's going to have his food, if we can get him over there safely. If we can lead him with that bouncing against him. And then he'll, every time he moves all day, it'll bounce, and pretty soon it'll be second nature to him. Surcingle with the side reins on this new horse, International Guy. And he's had a little trouble figuring out, how can you expect me to go forward when you have this in my mouth? But see how he's putting his head down, and he's learning he can go forward and not have pull on his mouth if he tucks his head in. Again, these are, we're using equipment to control the animal so that when we finally get on his back, he'll already know to put his head in and to give to us when we have the bit and we want to control him. This will teach him not to fight the bit, and it'll teach him not to even think about rearing over backwards. And if he learns to give in to the bit when the rider's on his back, he can loosen it because it's in his hands. The reins are in his hands. To learn what the bit is for, he has to learn to walk forward while giving in with his head. His first instinct is to put his head out and fight the bit because he doesn't want to put his head there. And eventually we're going to allow him to carry his head where he wants, because when he goes to run, he can find his own comfort space. But right now, and that control is very important with these animals. He has to be compliant to the equipment. He's showing a lot of sense. It took him a minute or two to figure out how he could walk forward. But he's not fussing so much now. Good boy. Good boy. This is International Guy. And I've just put him where he can say hello to his new friends. Now, he was gelded about 10 days ago, but I want to make sure that he'll get along and not cause any harm to the other horses or to himself. Everyone wants to check out the new horse on the block, and he's got 3 friends that he's got to say hello to and establish a relationship with. So they're sniffing each other out, and I'm hoping he's not got those studdish qualities which would make him dangerous in a group of horses. Now you'll watch, he may strike because that's what colts do. But I think he's going to be okay. I just don't want anyone harmed in the process of getting to know each other. That's always an issue. I want them to have friends. You've seen how dogs circle each other when they're getting to know each other. This is what horses do. They sniff each other out. And then there'll be a squeal or two, and usually a strike with the front foot, or a whirl and a kick, which is what I always worry about, of course. And then posturing. Now this red horse is pretty innocent, and he was gelded as a yearling, so I don't think he'll have a lot of problems telling the new guy that he's the boss. This is what I consider the boys' dormitory, so these will be 4 geldings up here. Now watch, they'll nuzzle each other on the neck, maybe a bite or two, a squeal. Now that horse is his same age. He's now... Hey! That's always been the problem with colts. They want to find out what sex the other animal is, and then they want to dominate. And I don't want to find problems. So if he settles down here, I'll leave him here. Otherwise, I'll take him away for another week. I just like him to have his friends. I'd like him to be with other horses.